James Buchanan, imagine your house is on fire, and you're just sitting on the couch saying, "Not my problem." Congrats, you're James Buchanan. In 1857, when Buchanan became president, America was already on the edge of collapse. North versus South, slavery at full blast. What does a normal leader do? Take control, take action. Buchanan? This guy said, "Secession is illegal, but I can't really do anything about it." Wait, it's illegal, and you're not stopping it? Brilliant. And then he made an even smarter move. He let the Supreme Court handle it. Result? Dred Scott decision. Black Americans? Not even citizens. Buchanan was happy. He thought the debate was over. Reality? The North got even more furious. Then in 1860, Abraham Lincoln wins. Without a single Southern vote, the South panics. States start leaving the Union, one by one. And Buchanan? Still chilling. No army, no strong action, no leadership. By the time he left office, 7 states were already gone. The country was in free fall. This guy didn't start the war. He just let it happen. Andrew Johnson. After winning the Civil War, America needed to heal. Instead, the next president made it worse. Lincoln is assassinated. The country is broken. Reconstruction begins. Andrew Johnson becomes president. What does he do? Vetoes laws that protect Black Americans. Constant fights with Congress. Pardons former Confederates and puts them back in power. So the system that needed to change, he brought it right back. And the craziest part? Congress had to impeach him. The first U.S. president ever impeached. He survived by just one vote. The Civil War was won, but the system still lost. Franklin Pierce. One law and an entire region turned into a war zone. Franklin Pierce becomes president. He says, "Let the people decide on slavery." Sounds democratic. Reality? Kansas-Nebraska Act equals disaster. Pro-slavery versus anti-slavery groups flood into Kansas. Then what? Shootings, looting, houses burned. 5 years of chaos. They called it Bleeding Kansas. And Pierce? Taking sides. Not even neutral. A president's job is to put out fires. This guy poured gasoline on it. Warren G. Harding. This guy wasn't a president. He was basically an HR manager for his friends. Harding takes power. Problem? He gives top government positions to his friends. The Ohio Gang. Then, scam season begins. Biggest one? Teapot Dome scandal. Government oil secretly sold. Bribes taken. Millions made. And Harding? No control. One official was even stealing money meant for war veterans. Yes, veterans. Harding himself admitted, "I am not fit for this office." At least he was honest. Herbert Hoover. When people are starving and the leader says, "Handle it yourself," game over. Stock market crash. The Great Depression begins. America collapses. 25% unemployment. Banks shut down. People on the streets. And Hoover? Government won't directly help. People can't afford food. And you're giving philosophy lectures? Then came the final blow. Bonus Army protest. 1932. 15,000 veterans demand their money. Hoover's response? He sends the army, tear gas, tanks, against his own people. Public decided instantly, he's done. Benjamin Harrison. Very few people have even heard his name. Show his face to 100 Americans, maybe only a handful would recognize him. Harrison. In 1890, he signed the McKinley Tariff. Tariffs? Increased up to 50%. The idea? Protect American industries. But what actually happened? Prices skyrocketed. Foreign trade started collapsing. Farmers got crushed. The federal surplus? Gone. Wiped out. But the real damage came later. Panic of 1893. The economy? Destroyed. And Harrison? Back in Indiana, writing books like nothing even happened. No urgency, no accountability, no presence. Millard Fillmore. This guy turned every citizen into a slave hunter. Fillmore takes office. He signs Fugitive Slave Act, meaning if an escaped slave comes to you, you must return them. If you help them, jail. Even in free states, neutral citizens forced into the system. Then, public outrage explodes. Fillmore thought he was creating peace. Reality? He made the fire bigger. Woodrow Wilson. Win the war, lose freedom. Wilson enters the White House. Big vision, world peace, democracy, League of Nations. Sounds great. Reality. During World War I, he passes Espionage Act, Sedition Act, meaning criticizing the government, military, or flag equals crime. Journalists targeted, union leaders targeted, regular citizens targeted. Over 2,000 Americans prosecuted. Free speech? Gone. And that's just the beginning. At the end, Wilson pushes the League of Nations, but the U.S. Senate rejects it. Why? Fear of getting dragged into European wars. Meanwhile, Germany gets crushed under the Treaty of Versailles, setting up the seeds for World War II. One man, full ego, chaos at home and abroad.